Hello and welcome to the railway. In the last video, Rob wrote in and suggested another one of these things, and I said I didn't have one, but I looked on eBay and picked this one up cheap. And this is the previous version with the slightly bigger cow catcher or pilot at the front of it, because it's got the let's stop it quickly here, it's got the older style coupling, so it only needs a short slot in the pilot, so you get much more of a pilot on that one than you do on that one, that's half hidden by the decoupling, isn't it? And the other differences is this later one has got the screw in the front foot plate there, and this one has got the screw down the chimney. Can't see it. That's because this one had a smoke unit in it, which I removed. This later one has got a slightly better all-sharks valve gear. It's got let's see if I can point with something. This bit here that goes up there, not sure what you would call that, but that's to adjust the valve action on this rod here, which doesn't move on the model. And on the earlier one with the non-fluted valve gear, this item is just pivoted there, so the movement of this around the main crank is less, it seems less, so it's not quite as spectacular in movement. The body is the same largely, apart from the fixing points. They're the same in the cab, the rear fixing point. And I think that is the main difference. I don't think this one hasn't got magnet traction or magnet adhesion, and I think these wheels are see-through, aren't they, the spokes on the later one, and these ones are the solid ones. Tender is exactly the same, and it's in fairly good nick, this one, body wise. The motor was swimming in oil when I got it, and the magnet had hardly any magnetism in it, so fixed all that, and it's a pretty good runner. It's a bit more lively than the later one, and has a louder sounding motor. It's exactly the same motor and set up inside, but this one, as you can hear, has got that distinctive XO4 noise. But, yeah, it's a really nice model, this one. And I think I prefer this front pilot arrangement here. That's much better looking, isn't it? Than this one. I mean, they're both attractive models. And obviously the D coupling, the Mark III, does work better than the Mark II couplings. So it's all a bit of a compromise, isn't it? You improve it in one way and it detracts from it in another, but yeah, it's nice to have two of them. So we've got the Flying Scotsman sitting over there, so let's give him a little run round. And Rob also suggested that we have a running session with tender drives. So I mean, here's a tender drive for a start off, and yeah, I might do that. I might pick out some other tender drive locomotives that I haven't run for a while. He suggested the Black 5. I'm thinking the D49 as well. Maybe a Duchess. I've got a green or a maroon one. Yeah, I can't remember all the tender drives I've got actually. Got a few. And to me, there's nothing wrong with the tender drives. I quite like them. There we go. There's the old Flying Scotsman. And I got another wagon, nice and cheap. These pickle wagons. They usually go for quite a premium. And I managed to get this one for £11.50, which I think is quite a bargain these days. Some of the prices on the less available, shall we say, items are quite high these days. I've seen the giraffe car going for silly money, but it's not worth paying that for. It really isn't. So it's always best to wait it out and see if one pops up. Depending on how old you might be. If you're getting on a bit, you might want to buy one before you pop your clogs. But there you go. That's a really nice, vehicle, I think. That Scotsman. Here we are. And this one, I've looked in the catalogues, the 50s catalogues and the 60s, and this, I can't find a model that exactly matches this. So this would be before 1958, so it's 1957 or earlier. But they all seem to have a piece of plastic over this light thing here, but this one has got the rivet, so I can't find an exact match in any of the catalogues. So maybe this is an in-betweening. I think it looks better, and it's got the light inside it, so maybe this is towards the end, because I don't think the early ones actually had a working headlight. So it's got the same arrangement in there as this one, roughly, for the headlight. This one, although it doesn't have the magnesium, it's got an extra weight in the front, where this one would have the Sooth smoke-making pipe in it. And actually you can see in certain lights that the surface of the plastic on this one has dulled because of the heat generated by the smoke unit. On this one, it's a much better finish on the front end there. In fact, this one's got a good finish all over. Yeah, so that's something to look out for in these things. And also I've noticed sometimes they'll sell it as a Hiawatha or something, which it isn't, unless it's got the factory fitted signs on the side. Although this particular locomotive wouldn't have pulled a train called the Hiawatha at all, so it was all a fiction by the men at Margate. This one I've managed to polish up the bell and whistle quite well. Haven't done quite so well on this one yet, but it's not bad. And all in all, pretty pleased with that. It's a bit of a bargain. So let's set her off again. Flying Scotsman's sort of attempting the speed record, I think, at the moment. Let's calm him down a bit. And let's get this latest edition away. As I said, it's a livelier motor in this one. They've both been remagnetised, so there's no difference in the magnetism of the motor. And I think maybe it's because this one doesn't have the magnesium. It's freer to wander along the track. Well, I think sometimes the magnesium kind of prevents it going a little bit. So although you can pull more coaches, I've noticed this one you can get a bit of a wheel spin if you put a lot of vehicles behind it. So we'll just compare that with the other one. I'll quickly do that. I'll pause the video. Right, so we've changed engines and we've got the later late 50s, 60s model. A bit more sedate and very quiet motor in that one. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Another outing for Jerry today, and a couple more Transcontinental items from my collection. Done. There you go. Okay, so let's have a last look at the earlier one. Bring the other one round and stop him here. And this is the later one. So a nice pair, you would say. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you soon with some probably tender drives. Bye.